All right, what's up? This is Actor Cosmos Wizard, and I just want to talk about fear today. I have been going through this. I don't even know how to describe it. I've been going through this stage where I have been so afraid to post videos, and my fear isn't that it won't be viewed or anything like that. It's that it will be viewed, which is weird, right? Because I want to get more views. I want my channel to get bigger. But then I'm also afraid of it. And I think I've kind of figured out why. When we grow, right, it makes us change. It makes us, forces us to change in good ways, healthier ways, right? And sometimes that change can be very overwhelming and certain fears start to sink in, if I start doing more videos, how is this going to affect my career? How is this going to affect my family? Like, are people going to try to dig up things from me in the past? And all those things can be very overwhelming. And I know I'm not even like a big YouTuber or anything like that. And I'm way over my head, but just like the idea of one day that being a reality is scary for me. A lot of people always tell me, you should do a podcast. You have really good commentary and like the way you think and all this stuff. And I hear it and I believe it for the most part. It's still kind of like, like you don't want to, I don't want to like give myself a bigger head than what I already have. But I know I'm a pretty smart, intelligent guy and I have really good things to say. And I think I have a really interesting viewpoint. I have a really interesting story, I think. But everyone does. Everyone has an interesting story to someone, like everyone's story is their story and it's unique to them. And I would love to hear other people's stories. And I do love hearing other people's stories. That's why I watch YouTube so much. I love learning about other people's experiences in life. But I've been so afraid to like share my stories and post my tarot videos or my spiritual or psychology esque videos, and it's been eating me up inside, knowing that like there's something I feel called to do, not even like want to do, right? Because it's so scary. It's like I don't even. Sometimes I'm like I don't even know if I really want to do this, but I feel like I have to do this. I keep seeing all these things saying that, oh, you should do these things, and then I get these bursts of like you should just go for it. And it's just hard being on camera. You get self-conscious about your appearance. Right now I'm looking pretty rough. I'm about to go get cleaned up today, so. But I just watched this interview on YouTube with Barbara from Shark Tank, and like she's so inspirational, and the way she spoke about like just going for whatever your dreams are and not letting fear hold you back, it really touched me, and it made me do this video because I have been wanting to come on YouTube for weeks and talk about my tarot, astrology, spiritual stuff. But every time I get in front of this camera, I just get nervous. I get scared. I'm afraid of what's going to happen instead of being present in the moment. And as I'm filming this, I'm realizing that being present is the only way to get rid of your fear. Because when you're present, you can't worry about what's going to happen because you're in the moment now. And when I say fear, I don't mean like, don't be like, I don't know, securing yourself of your surroundings. Like, what I mean is, I'm not focused on, oh my God, like, what if someone sees this 10 years from now and I don't get my job, or my job sees this, or what if the students find out, or this? Like, I have to just kind of be like, don't worry about that. You can't control that. That's beyond my control. I can only control what I do. And I feel like I'm missing out on something that is don't want to say supposed to be mine because what is mine is mine and it can never be taken away. But more so, maybe I am moving very slowly when I can pick up the pace. Like I'm allowing my fear of success, my fear of just being judged, maybe in a negative or overly negative way, people assuming things, or I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm sure you could go back and find some problematic tweets from 2010 when I was younger. Not to make excuses, but I think I'm at a point now where I'm just I have to face it head on, and I just don't want fear because fear creates more fear, which is like, oh no, duh. But like this fear of success, it's like all snowballed into like the fear of failure, the fear of not being enough, FOMO, all of those things, they all kind of like just meet. And at the core, I feel like my biggest fear, or the core belief that fear latches onto, is the core belief of I am not enough. I am not good enough as is. I need to work harder. I deleted all my tarot videos because I didn't think that I had the mastery of the tarot yet. And I was afraid that people would find my videos and laugh at me because they weren't good, or I would lose my job because people thought that was weird. And I just had a lot of fear around, like, maybe I'm not a good tarot reader, and I can sense that in other readers sometimes. Not to bring it up like about other people, but I know it's something that is, I could see it in other people, and if you can see it in someone else, that means that you have it somewhere in you, right? And like, and I know I'm never gonna completely be rid of fear, but I can definitely stop it from controlling me and preventing me from doing things. And I think sometimes fear is pretty good. It's not bad to be afraid sometimes when you're you know um, walking to your car at night. Maybe it's a good thing that you kind of look around a little bit more than you would in the day, because there's things that could happen. And I'm not just saying just me in general or anyone, but like, and yeah, sometimes you should be cautious about what you say online. You know what I mean? And I think everything I did out of fear, I've also judged myself too harshly for being afraid. When I have to look at it and say, like, that fear only manifests out of a belief that you aren't enough, or a belief of someone can harm you through something that you do, you know? And those are necessarily like, those things can't happen, you know? And I just don't want it to hold me back. It's like fear can just put things in your head that aren't even true, and you'll believe things about you that aren't even true because of fear. And I think that is probably one of the worst things about fear, is how it kind of like rewrites memories, and it kind of like throws off, just projections of yourself in the future. And fear is just not, it's not fun. It's necessary. It's necessary to overcome, and it's necessary to understand, and it's necessary to process. It's not fun though. But most things that are, you know, high value aren't always going to be fun. Can't always have fun. Moderation, even with fun. I think that's probably all I have to say about fear. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to post this, and I hope lots of people see this and can relate to it. And you all have a good day. Happy 2025, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me. Hopefully, a lot more clean cut in the future, but I'm not going to be afraid of showing myself anymore and how I look because I go through this is a process. Thank you guys. As always, drink water, be safe, and peace. I got to come up with a tagline. I feel like that's going to be my tagline. Have drink water, be safe, peace. Something like that. We'll figure it out.